Greetings there, apocalypse survivors. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid, Guy on Fire, episode 26. Someone who will remain nameless got you hooked on Kenji. It couldn't possibly be you who keeps leaving comments on a year-old series. I don't mind, by the way. Want to make that clear. Comments don't bother me. If they did, I wouldn't answer all of them, right? Guy enjoys this. He's a really capable craftsman. But murdering zombies is his jam. See if any of them had any stuff worth stealing. Well, looting. I don't know if you can steal from a zombie. They don't really own anything. Nope, not really. Cheers! Wait, this dude has his watch. Yeah, there it is. Alright, I think we're good to go inside. This here's probably a wreck. Yep, it's a wreck. An old tire pump. Operation Extreme Kitchen Remodeling continues. Oh, diamond pattern sweater vest. That's what I want. So the reason I like these... Nope, that's not it. That's the vest, not the sweater. My bad. Put it back. No alarms, no alarms, no alarms. Saying no alarms multiple times absolutely protects you from alarms, by the way. Totally not lying to you right now. Ooh, lead pipe. Nice. And if you need rain barrels, there are some preset rain barrels here that are pretty full. You're not really going to be able to move them until you empty them, because they weigh a bajillion, but, you know, it's a possibility. So what I wanted here was this industrial freezer. But it's too heavy for me, so I gotta ditch some weight. And then I'll get an oven from the burger joint. Although I might not be able to get the burger joint oven, because it's quite possibly to... It might require electrical 5, not electrical 3. Too heavy, come on. Fine, drop the bag. Well, just like what, last stream or the stream before? I was near the spiffos and zombies were jumping out of the windows. And then I jumped in the window and then the alarm went off. Like there were zombies inside the building already. And, yep. Still triggered the alarm. Alright. I don't think I'm going to do any fishing, but like, I might as well grab all the tackle gear in case I want to fish at some point. We are in Riverside. It's pretty close to river, as the indication has. I just hate fishing in the game. It's the worst. Ooh. How are these camo pants? 10, 20, shin throwing. Okay. Maybe I switch to these pants. They're the same quality. They could look cool, if that matters. All right, let's go try to get an oven. Now, I could always go back to the cursed home to get that oven, but I'm just going to assume that oven's cursed too. So I'm going to see if I can't get the burger joint oven. If I can't, I can go to really any adjacent house to where I... Oh, am I not wearing pants now? Yep. I totally just took off my pants. I meant to drag the camel pants in there and pull them off my own body. Usually you have to pay bits for that, but today you got that free. Alright, what do you have here? Yeast. Ice cream. Flour. So if you're wondering, the industrial fridge that I have has a larger capacity than this type of fridge. This fridge... No, actually, this is just a reskinned industrial fridge. I take that back. But some fridges have a 30 capacity, some have a 40. And I believe it's the same power consumption, so you might as well go for the 40s. And I'll loot the oven last. Does any game do fishing right? Crafty Geek asks. Probably. I just don't enjoy fishing games, so I can't really comment on it. I would say fishing in Breath of the Wild isn't so bad. Yeah, so these are industrial ovens, require electrical 5, so I'm not going to be able to take those, as I kind of suspected that would be the case. So off to a neighboring home before it gets too late in the day. Or before I get starving. Stardew fishing is okay-ish, I guess. Oh, these neighborhoods are not good. Oh boy, they're not good. They have a lot of zombies for someone who's tired and starving. So, yeah, that sucks. I will try to go back to my old stomping ground. Because that was at least 100 zombies, like, just camped at around that area. That's going to be a way more effort than it needs to be just for a stupid stove. Actually, did the bar have a stove? No. It just has a fridge. Okay. I'm not dissing Stardew. I just don't think that the appeal of Stardew is its fishing mechanics. If I was to highlight the best thing about Stardew, I wouldn't go, you know what? Stardew fishing is amazing. Okay, there's a swarm of zombies kind of near my old home too. Let me try this one. I don't want my own stove because I do prescribe to the belief that my starter home was cursed. The other thing I should do is be lifting curtains to bring them home to decorate my home and keep my home from chopper death. And there's a gray oven here, so that's perfect. That will match my drab decor. Come on, dude. Well, I kind of need any curtain. Eventually, maybe I try to aim to have them all match. Hi. I'm a little encumbered and tired. Could you just die? Oh, no. Nope, that's not going to be happening. This is annoying. Very, very annoying. Because I'm going to get exerted as I'm being chased around the forest holding a stove or an oven that I don't want to be holding at the moment. Because this neighborhood is downright... Oh, it's too big. You know what? I don't need to put it away. Screw you guys. I'm out of here. I'll drive around with a stove in my hands. No cops around to take my license, so who's gonna tell me no? Those zombies look fresh. They do. Like someone's been feeding them and baiting them to my house or my neighborhood. Like this honestly, this neighborhood that I started in, it's got some sort of like Minecraft zombie spawner in it, because the zombies are never done. They're never dead. They never go away. They just keep coming back and back and back. Someone rezzing them. I think there's like a necromancer in my area. And the necromancer hates me. Necromancer probably works for the HOA. Stupid homeowner association necromancer. Trying to ruin my life. I figured it out. That is the thing. That's what's going on. An HOA necromancer versus Guy the craftsman. The necromancer doesn't like all the loud noises that Guy makes here. So he raises the dead just to piss Guy off. Kind of a spy versus spy kind of thing. Alright, oven will go here. And then the refrigerator right there. And then I'm going to get rid of all the like office equipment and turn this into actual kitchen. Alright, the necromancer's henchman did, in fact, follow me in. I'm going to try to lower my encumbrance a little bit before fighting. How is that a jump scare? I've been running away from it the whole time. Well, I will say the goal is complete, right? Like, we've got a little lofty loft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the viewer suggestions. Suggest a goal. Will I clean the bottom store? Or is that, and it's not permanent storage. I will tidy up if it's suggested. So, Electron Engineer, if you want to see some storage and tidying up, propose it. Because that's how things get done around here. I work on what you guys tell me to work on, so it's going to be this messy until you tell me it shouldn't be. So 3 black curtains. And then a small green curtain. Maybe I'll put the small green curtain here because I'm not going to notice it. In fact, part of me thinks that, that like the curtain that's on this window, wherever. Do I even have a window there? No, maybe I was smart enough not to put a window there. I can't even tell. Do you guys remember if I put a window there? Yeah, I don't remember. All right, that is a lot of viewer suggested ideas already, so I'm going to close the inbox and take a look at them in a minute. And some of them aren't things that I need to do, just glancing at what you've submitted, because I already have them done, or something like that. So I have 3 windows that are open that need to be closed. Yeah, I don't have any windows here. Good. I was smart at one point. Let's go ahead and set up the fridge. I don't usually use a fridge, though, but might as well have it. Hey, Critical Foxes. Welcome. Oh, fine. And then get the microwave in there as well. Fully moved in. I like my kitchenette. I like it a lot. The only issue I'm going to have is now I have a refrigerator and an icy drying from the generator. So I have dramatically increased the amount of fuel that I go through, but like, whatever. It's better. So here's the microwave, and then I'll dump everything else out and make an even greater mess. Come on. Come on. Whatever, it's not flush, but it's good enough. Cool! We have a kitchen! Is there a way to process gas? No. What did I just... Oh, God, why did I just do that? You would have to use mods for that. That was dumb. That was dumb. That was very, very dumb. I grabbed everything out of my bag into my own inventory, which is not something I wanted to do. Okay, fixed it. Let's try again. Loot all. There we go. And while I'm looting, I'm going to type up some polls. Next goal. Organization. Find a new car. Clean up the yard. Zombies and trash. Build an escape route. Burn. I'm gonna nix that, Happy Pants. Sorry. I went into great length to explain why fire cannot be controlled. So I think burning down the cursed house is not a smart goal, because it could end the whole series for giggles. Add lights. And then collect trash to turn the house into a real dump. It's kind of funny. Strip parts out of cars. Level electronics to 5. Visit other cities for VHS. I'm gonna Darksan, I'm gonna change yours a little bit because I actually don't need any books. There's not a single book in the whole game that I need, but I could visit other cities for VHS tapes, for skill tapes. So there you go. That is a big long list. It all happens to fit. There's the list. I'll give you 2.5 minutes to vote on it while I whip myself up some grub. I can cook! Hold on. Hold on. I know my weight is about to drop into like the very happy place of not overweight, but I'm going to make myself a steak. Because I can. For once. Yes. Actual cooking. It's a beautiful thing. Something else that would be wise for me to do is to start moving things like salt and pepper into the shelves where I do the food preparation, so that food preparation is a little bit easier. A lot of the stuff that I just dropped on the floor is also technically food, but you know, you'd need a vote on organization for me to bother to tidy it. I actually don't have a lot of... I know I grabbed 2 things of pepper, but I don't think I have a lot of salt or pepper yet. Oh, man. I am very tired. You like my base so far, Snipes? Thanks. You think you can wait me out to vote on organization until I break? I don't care. If you want just a pile of random trash here, that's fine. It might take me a year and a day to figure out where everything is, but that's, you know, whatever. That's your right. That's your right. If you don't think it's important, I won't work on it. So here we go, midnight steak. Oh, I think my cooking leveled up too. Let's eat half of it, because that's a lot of steak. And yep, cooking level 1. And I'll refrigerate the rest of the steak for tomorrow. Nah, I'll eat a quarter more of it. Be a piglet. A proud piglet. Alright, you guys say strip parts out of cars. So essentially leveling up my mechanics. Okay. Interesting. I would really not have thought that that would have won. So there is a bit of a hitch here. My windows aren't covered, so I have no idea if chopper roams up while I sleep. It's going to be a problem. But I'm all for it. I have lived in filth before, as Mora has noted. I don't break. I don't care. I'm happy to be as Charlie Day as it gets without a concern for cleanliness. I mean, I'm sleeping... Like, look at how I'm living here. I have, like... tools on the ground. I'm sleeping on a mattress. Barely is a bed. I have a generator. Like, I can slum it good, guys, is all I'm saying. Yeah, there's no girls in the apocalypse to impress. Or boys. I don't know how Guy swings. I know he swings for the head. Swing! Okay, blackout. What else? Tell me something interesting. Man, this radio report sucks. Stupid rain making me miss so much of the radio report. I'm guy-sexual. Yeah, that's about sounds about right. So I know it's kind of pointless to check for choppers at 2:20 in the afternoon. Because, you know, if there were some, they'd likely show up by now. Whatever. I want the rest of my steak. I was sort of tempted to microwave it, but I think that would be like a war crime to some of you. Before I start stripping parts out of cars, I want to find another book to read. I usually keep at least the next best skill book to level up on me at all times. I'm also just going to grab all the food out of here, because I do already have food storage that I should have been using. I've just been lazy, because, you know, I am guy. Where's the book? I'll find it in like an hour. In-game hour. Here we go. Fishing, farming beginners. I kind of want foraging beginners. F-O... There it is. Wunderbar. Are there healthy canned food options? Yeah, actually, most of the canned food options are better than the junk food. Better than, like, chips and soda. So you can't really go wrong with a lot of the canned goods. They're actually oddly healthy. Hey, David. Alright, so you wanted me to strip parts from cars. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to process the cars in the lot here. I don't really have gasoline to move them around much, but at least I could figure out the ones that are worth having, the ones I have keys to, etc. I can also tow them around if I want. Why don't I have a wrench? I have a wrench. What are you talking about? Silly game. So, I think what I'll do here is take the parts that are, like, decent. Like, I'm going to take the engine parts out of this thing and render the engine worthless. And this will also level up my mechanics as well. And give me parts, spare engine parts, to be able to repair things. So I don't think I'm going to fully strip cars. I'm just going to strip them of, like, the things that I think will level me up a bit. And strip out the parts that I'll use later. So I'll be building up a pile of, like, used parts. Used car parts so that I can put some cars back together in the future. So, what I'm trying to say is, it's about to get even messier. So for all of you that are like, oh my god, you'll break. You'll need to do organization. I say to you, nope. I'm going to actually make more piles of garbage. Because I can. No, not the pump. Alright, so grabbing the jack and the lug wrench. And I'm going to take some of the... Hi, guys. Sup? You know what? Give me 1 second. So, here's what's interesting about where I live. These zombies cannot seem to path to me. Like, they just don't know how to get to me, but obviously they can't break this fence down, so they're just kind of standing there. In the future, I will have a spear to be able to kill them through the fence. But because I don't want them hoarding, or forming a giant zombo pile. Uh-oh. That was a bad miss. I'm just gonna dispatch them now. It looks like my neighborhood's not literally empty, it's just pretty empty. Yep, stripping out radios too for the electrical skill. Might as well grind up a little electrical. The goal that was proposed was for me to strip cars. Didn't really say to what reason. Also, what I'm going to do is level up my... so strip cars down and propose new goals. So the inbox is open again and everybody's been refunded. So I'll say anything that's like 70% or above, I'll take. Because one thing I could do is, I could be taking all these car parts to have cars to use as, like, weapons, as battering rams, to, like, Carmageddon things, you know? So it's always possible to do it that way. To throw together standard cars or whatever parts that you have spare, and to just try to run over zombies with your vehicles until they, like, die or whatever. Alright, I'm not going to bother with a muffler anymore. I've failed too many times in a row. Yeah, running zombies over with a vehicle is a very efficient way of killing a whole lot of zombies. But if you don't know what you're doing, it's also a very fast way to die. The reason why it's dangerous is if your car breaks down. So if the engine breaks down to a critical point while you're driving, your car can get swarmed. And if it gets swarmed, you can't leave the vehicle without essentially getting bitten dead, right? So it's not always a great idea to mess with zombies in that way. Another thing I'm probably going to need is an industrial-sized dumpster, because there's going to be a lot of car parts I'm not going to want to keep. And I want to throw them out instead. So I'm going to start a trash pile here. Actually, I should probably put the trash on the trash pile so we have a double trash pile. So things that are 70-ish% or higher will go to the nice pile of parts. And then things that are lower will go to the junk. Which this becomes my junk pile. So there's no real way to, like, repair tires or repair brakes and things like that. You just swap them. That's the best you can do. Some things, like hoods, you can repair with metalwork, but most things are just swapped out for scavenged replacements. But it is leveling up my mechanic skill pretty good. I'm 1100 out of 1500 to 5. 5 is an important one because it allows you to start to maintain your engine. I believe engine repair is at 5. So, you know, that's big. Oh, wow, these suspensions are good. So now on this vehicle, I've taken all brakes, all tires, all suspensions out. Yeah, I was playing with Trustin online, and I didn't have that on a multiplayer co-streamed series. And I initially didn't have the option to throw things out on dumpsters. And then I definitely enabled it, because it's really annoying to build up like a massive stockpile of trash and not have anywhere to put it. So, yeah, I digress. I'm actually going to, like, full strip cars of all parts. I said I wouldn't, and then I am. But it will take me a long time to process all the vehicles in this lot. So if you have ideas for what I should do tomorrow, you can also propose that I just continue what I'm doing now. That's totally legit too. I don't care if it's duplicate. This car is barely a car now. I guess I am eventually coming for that that muffler. Just to throw it on the ground. So these two front doors are pretty good condition, and then I think everything else is crummy. Yep. Oh no, one of these rear windows is okay. All the rest is trash. All right, looking at the hour, I'm going to try to fully strip this car. A car a day is not that fast, but it's kind of all I'm able to do. All right, come on, muffler. Can we make dumpster fires? No. I mean, dumpsters will burn, but that's probably not what you mean. I guess you can't uninstall the heater. And mechanics leveled up. So I'm, Mech 5. Now, the way to really level up mechanics would be to uninstall and reinstall, like swap all the parts in all the cars on two similar makes and models. That would be the, like, quote-unquote meta way to do it, but I'm not working towards that at all, as you may have noticed. I am just grinding the next beat. I don't think I'm going to be taking light bulbs that are not 100%, because light bulbs are pretty common. And this car is officially stripped. I'm not really sure what to do with the rest of it. Doesn't have any doors, yeah. Oh no, I guess there's a glove box and some seats. I'll take the seats out. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. It is now just a hunk of metal now. I'll have to tow it away or something. I don't know. I probably just made a bigger problem for myself, but hey, that's what you voted on. All right, here we go. Let me type up the next goals while I do some light reading. So, level up metalworking. Organize. Find a new car. Start farming. Go fetch a dumpster. Take an escape route. Improve electrical. Clean up the yard. Which kind of goes hand in hand with fetch a dumpster. And collect jewelry for a shiny trash pile. Interesting. Okay, well there you go. There's those 5. Pick amongst them, and I'll work with whatever is top. I can move this over here. That doesn't fit. Whatever. You don't need to read that. Nothing's really happening. What does Guy want to eat? What does Guy weigh? Still 86, so I should probably eat something light so that I can lose more weight. So let's go with mushroom soup. Mushroom pea soup. Sounds horrible. Alright, saucepan. Oh, I can't even make it like that. Oh, I have to open it. Right, duh. No, it's not working like that. Okay, whatever. Fill with water. I tried to get fancy here and make the soup, but I'm just going to eat it the way it is. Cold. We have the oven and I'm not even using it. Guy doesn't mind. He's ascetic. He doesn't even notice. I still have the lug wrench and jack that I should probably put back into the Chevy. And then if I'm going to continue to use the Chevy, I ought to pump it up. But at this hour, that's going to suck. Because it's a lot of effort to pump. Just put the cans in the microwave? I could've. Just too lazy. Too lazy, didn't matter. We might need a tiebreaker. I'll leave this up a little bit longer to see if you guys can resolve the tiebreaker. But it looks like 3 and 4 are tied at the moment. Is it still counting? I don't even see the thing moving anymore. Do you? I'll try to start a new poll. I don't really know what's going on, why it's not adding up. Oh no, it started moving. So find a new car and start farming was tied. Here's a tiebreaker you could vote on. Well, Guy here goes to sleep. Do electric compressors for tires exist? No. You have to bike pump it. It's the best you can do. Oh, look at my weight! 85! It's heading in the right direction. The spam rule is catching you? Trying to type too fast? Sorry. Just Twitch things. Unending pattern. Thanks for the follow. Are you, what kind of, are you a tessellation unending pattern or like a Mandelbrot unending pattern? Are you fractal or like tessellated? Geometry geeks away! Why am I even bothering to heat this up? Guy doesn't care. Ah, you're tessellated. Nice. There's what, like, there's a very finite amount of infinite tessellations, aren't there? Infinite one-pattern tessellations. This does not help with the tiebreaker, guys. It's still just about tied. Well, once the timer hits, if it's tied, I always have my trusty coin to flip. Wherever it is. We'll see. We'll see what you guys say. I'm also going to sit tight until 9 a.m. to make sure that there's no boogeymen coming for me in the shape of a helicopter today. And while I'm standing here, I might as well pluck out the... I know, it looks like I'm organizing, and technically I am, but I'm just plucking out the things that could go into the food storage. I, however, am not adding any additional organization. So, start farming wins. Well, here, let me be more specific. Start a farm. So, question, where am I going to farm? Where should I set up a farm? Rooftop? Second level balcony? Or in the yard? And I guess I can speak a little bit to the advantages of them. So rooftop, I just have a big open space already built. The disadvantage is if I fall, it will hurt. The advantage of second level balcony, if I fall, it hurts less. The disadvantage is I have to build a spot for it. In the yard, the advantages is I can't fall. The disadvantage is if the base gets overrun by zombies, the crops die because they get stomped. So there you have it. The advantages and disadvantages of where you can farm and what that might mean. Ultimately, I don't really care. You can vote however you want, and thy will be done. Let me grab garbage bags. All. Because I'm going to want to start new rain barrels as well to make this a little bit easier. Never hurts to have spare water bottles. Although I will say, in real life, if you're trying to store water in your home for like emergency situations, do not store your water in plastic. Because water is not great to be stored in variable temperatures in plastic for a long time. So, get yourself... Or not like regular plastic bottle plastic. There are some plastics that are probably fine, like silicone. Probably fine to store water in. Just Google it. Don't take my word for it. Alright. It's pretty clear that you guys want me to farm in the yard. Alright. So let's start a yard farm. For me to be able to do that, I'm going to need seeds. I'm going to need shovel, trowel, that kind of stuff. Sacks. Definitely sacks. Max sacks. Watering cans. Empty garden spray cans. I'm just going to dump all this outside where I'm going to start the farm. But farming is very, very easy to do in PZ. Farm distant from gate to house path. I think if my gate falls, I'm okay with like the farm dying off. I kind of like the threat of that happening. The masochist in me. Alright, let me also grab more of the sacks. Oh, this is horrible. I love it. This is what you get for not voting organization. I guess I could use the search tool. Here we go. Search focus. Or search mode. That's not helping me. And I think it's killing my frame rate. So, stop that. Remember radio? Oh, right. Top of the hour. True. I had forgotten. Alright, so I'll do it in the yard. Let me try to search for the shovel. while I catch the radio. I'm pretty sure I had a shovel. I don't see it here, though. I also don't see sacks here either. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid, Guy on Fire, which originally streamed live on Twitch, April 19th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, please let me know in the comments below. If you would like to join me in a live stream, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, and you can also follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Rhadamant5186. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to all of my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel when you like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.